Our heroes stand before the terrifying presence of the dreadworm Nidhogg. His red scales, hard as well-forged steel, glisten against the gentle roil of the surrounding lava pits. His mouth, filled with dagger-sharp teeth, twist into an amused but irritated grin, as his even sharper eyes feel as though they pierce straight through you with a studious glare. Right away, I want you to each to give me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Wait, we had that with advantage because of the big feast we had, right?
I don't believe you did
We didn't
that.
eat that. That was, we didn't do that yet. 10.
25.
Also, I'm not looking at him. Just
Doesn't
so
matter.
that's said. I figured, but just so it's said.
Asmo with a 23. And
Mhm.
It's coming.
Wolfgang,
It's
you gotta
coming.
believe. Oh.
11.
Wolfgang and Nara, you feel as though your body just kind of seizes up. The glare that Nidhogg gives you, it takes you back to the future, the previous encounter you have had with Nidhogg. Your muscles just kind of seize up. Each of you are considered frightened.
Wow.
Asmo
that tracks for the PTSD.
Yeah, Asmo and Denier, you managed to steel yourself. And don't seize up. Those who knew him can't help but remember the promising young dragonborn he used to be before he became corrupted by the twisted forces of the Bleeding God. With a desire to return Garrick Brightscale to his senses, our heroes now face a monster in the heart of its own lair. To what do I owe this disturbance, Yorick? Lord Nidhogg, I present the congregation from Silver Rock. Ah, Wolfgang Connolly. The dreadworm says as you feel the shiver run up and down your spine, Wolfgang. The sweat on your brow, you're unsure if that's from the pure surrounding heat or from the nerves that are shooting through your body right now. What a surprise. Coming to my lair after stealing my livestock. What would a bunch of cattle rustlers be doing in my territory?
I think when the fear hits Wolfgang, knowing what he knows about Nidhogg and his mind state at the moment, being sort of the trained monster hunter that he is, Wolfgang is choking down the urge to fight rather than flee. But he keeps his head down and he sort of goes into a bow. And he, with a shaky breath, mutters,
Great Nidhogg, we come today offering tribute to you in penance for our transgressions against you.
He turns his attention like he's clearly studying you up and down. Is there any deception in what you're saying here?
Technically, no.
But there's
Well,
a little deception.
there's a little deception in that he doesn't necessarily see it as penance, as he doesn't necessarily see what he did as a bad thing. So I suppose in the regard that he doesn't see it as stealing from him, that's where the deception lies.
But there is a desire to make it right, to not... Okay, so I will say that this will be a persuasion check.
Okay.
With disadvantage due to the fact that you are frightened.
Fair enough. Let's see what we got here.
Versus his
My
insight.
perception, my persuasion and deception are both the same. So 7.
His amused smile kind of fades from his face as he stares at you. You can't help but kind of blink and look away. Nidhogg turns his attention to Yorick.
And tell me, what have they brought with them? At my last count, 27 head of cattle. And boxes of treasure for you to examine and admire at your own accord. Cattle. Tell me.
He turns his attention back to the four of you.
Would you replace an oxen with its equal weight in chicken and call it fair?
I suppose, as long as it feeds enough people, I would.
Feeds being the appropriate word. You robbed me of beasts of burden. A chicken cannot pull a plow. A cow cannot work a mine. You see the dilemma, do you not?
You make a fine point, Lord Nidhogg. However, we offer more than just cattle this day. Silver Rock is bountiful with magical treasures with which to add to your power.
He turns his attention back to Yorick.
Have them bring in the tribute.
And on his command, the lizard folk, there they are, who had been accompanying you, start to shuffle in and start laying out the crates of gold and jewels and magical items and the crates of wine. Any of you, and any among you can, like, Nidhogg just kind of studies these items as they're being brought in and presented to him.
Nick,
Yes.
since this is likely taking a while, and Nara didn't have to speak from the get, is there any way that I can roll to see if she kind of gets herself back under control from the fright?
Let's see. Fright. Let's see the specific rules on a red dragon's. I'd say by the time the last crate comes in, you are kind of able to kind of re-steal yourself.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Audio completely cut out for me for a bit there.
Oh, weird. Okay. Nara likely would not have ended her low bow until he said, "Tell me," addressing the group. Just as a side comment.
Okay. He regards the items that you have presented him. He turns his attention back.
And what is it you wish to buy with this offering?
Your forgiveness, Lord Nidhogg. I would not want you to think that we stole food off your plate and would suffer no recompense for it. We offer you gold and the finest treasures Silver Rock can muster, as well as wine distilled from a fruit that only grows in Silver Rock.
I'd been presented this liquor before by one of my emissaries. It is unique and very delectable.
Each of you can give me an insight check.
Okay. Like
I'll
that.
incite that.
18.
8.
Natural 1.
6.
Nara's focused on
26.
something else.
Oh,
She
thank
wasn't
God.
paying attention.
Natural 19.
Wolfgang, you actually noticed that he's having a hard, like, his eyes, while glancing across the treasure, like, he seems fairly pleased with this offering. The amused grin kind of, like, recrossed his face, but his eyes linger longer on the wine than on anything else.
Is it...
What sort of feeling is coming across in his expression as he eyes the wine?
From what you're gathering while looking at this creature, trying to glean insight from a beast with a twisted mind like this, it is clearly a beast that is prone to follow its baser appetites. And this wine seems to appeal to at least one of those appetites. It's something that is unique, flavorful, and in certain volumes may actually be intoxicating.
If the wine is to your liking, Great Nidhogg, we would be more than happy to send more.
Hmm. 10 barrels every moon, and equal weight in gold. With that, you shall buy your town's safety from my fires.
He offers a bow.
However, for the transgression of stealing my beasts of burden, I would require equitable tribute. I need laborers.
These inferior scaled beings. He looks down at the lizard folk that were ferrying in his goods, and they kind of like turn their heads down in subjugation.
They lack the stamina and the muscle for the work that is required.
Silver Rock has an abundance of laborers I'm sure would be perfect for your needs, Great Nidhogg.
And you would supply them.
Of course.
Now that is a deception check.
It sure fucking is.
Lani, May I potentially make a counter above game?
21.
21. Of what variety?
Wolfgang knows that suits of animated armor are common in Silver Rock. They do not grow tired. They do not need to eat. They do not need to sleep.
Well, with your 21, Nidhogg, who still seems relatively distracted by the promise of greater wealth, your apparent fealty, and the presence of this wine seems to take you at your word on this, Wolfgang.
Oh boy. Oh buddy.
Very well. Then I have one further demand.
Yes?
You will denounce the false ones to the south and pledge your allegiance to me. You will fly my banners. Your armies will march for Nidhogg.
The dragons to the south have not had my full loyalty for a long time. My lands are my own. But if you wish it, they can be yours.
Is that deception?
Yes!
Okay.
Of course it fucking is!
What do you mean?
Well, you did say it in such a way that if he wishes it, if you believe he's powerful enough, he might be able to make that true.
Yeah.
We're gonna...
But go
No,
ahead,
very
go
well.
ahead and deceive. I'll give you advantage on this one, if only because he is supremely egotistical.
Alrighty. Let's see. Yes, my deception modifier is the same as my persuasion, so another 21 or 21.
21. All right. Is insight. He smiles.
Then let this be the beginning of a wonderful new age. Yorick! Call a feast. Slaughter 2 of the cattle. Tonight, we celebrate the dawn of a new era.
And Yorick, with that, bows.
Wolfgang will bow as well, and he will let genuine relief wash over his face.
Also bows magnanimously.
As you command.
Demir follows suit with Wolfgang.
As you command, Redworm.
Yorick will clasp a hand to his chest and bow.
Follow me. I'll get you set up in quarters.
Of course.
As the lot of you begin to follow Yorick out, Nidhogg will shout out a,
Wait. You at the end.
and he turns his attention to you, Asmo, for what feels like the first time.
Asmo bows his head.
His eyes stare at you with a bewildered curiosity.
What is your name?
Asmo.
Go ahead and give me a insight as his eyes lock with your eye.
17.
His eyes seem to flicker and twitch for a moment, and his mouth contorts slightly. Need to roll something very special now. His head just kind of shakes for a moment as he looks at you.
What is your position in this congregation? What role do you serve this Silver Rock?
I am the sheriff of Silver Rock, your lordship. Asmo reveals his badge on his chest.
Do you consider yourself a good keeper of the peace?
Asmo chuckles, just not the best, but I'll try my best.
And a oddly familiar grin crosses his face.
Lord of Silver Rock, I have one more demand.
He pauses and looks over towards the Dreadworm.
The one known as Asmo will be stationed here under my employ.
I looks panicked. Not even hiding it.
Wolfgang looks over at Asmo and then over at Nidhogg.
Asmo looks at Nara, Denier, Wolfgang, and Asmo looks back at Nidhogg and just nods. It would be an honor.
It is done.
Then carry on to the feast. I will join you in a moment.
As you wish, Dreadworm.
And you...
As we are filing out, whenever Nara's gonna wait for Asmo to walk by, and as he does, she interlaces her fingers in his as they walk out, and she doesn't give a shit if Nidhogg sees or not.
Asmo finally just lets out some air. Thank goodness I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. Asmo whispers to Nara. Ugh.
She does not answer. She is looking at the ground.
As you walk out, you see a flurry of motion as the lizard folk who were given the order are hurriedly putting together a feast. You hear the scared moos and screams of two of the cows as they are slaughtered in but a moment. As the other ones kind of panic and begin to spread out, a bunch of the lizard folk attempt to like reherd them, try to get them into like a pen of some sort. They clearly don't have much livestock up here, so they're trying to build a pen at the same time, like find a place to contain these animals. lots of hushed, hissed conversations between them as they're attempting to throw together this feast.
While they're trying to throw this together, I will take you to your quarters.
Yorick offers.
All right. Where are we staying exactly?
Come.
He motions for you to follow. You head kind of up like a slightly twisting path of more crudely carved lava rock steps to a relatively familiar area to those of you who had been here in the future. It's less hewn and less comfortable than it was back then, but there appear to be a few vacant caves with some furnishings thrown about them, very crude beds and cots, but they are essentially a private quarters for the lot of you.
You did well in there.
I've become a seasoned liar over my time as Lord of Silver Rock. Schmoozing is now another weapon in my repertoire.
You did very well indeed.
A familiar tinny voice echoes out from behind Yorick.
Wolfgang turns to see T-Wig, or the being that once was.
T-Wig container.
The Arcanaton.
Ooh, I love that news.
Now should all of your
Homewrecker.
scheming come to...
Your grandfather played equal part. You don't know the man. He died when you were a baby.
It's true, I saw his corpse. It was traumatizing.
Now you're gonna try and help your uncle be uncursed, damn it.
Only after my friend stops being cursed. Goddamn curses.
Now all that's
Sorry.
left is for us to play our part, should your elixirs do their part.
He seemed to be familiar with the Yumberry wine.
The casks you sent me with were quite to his taste. I haven't been able to taste anything in some time, but it must be quite enchanting.
Yeah, I will admit it is quite good. It will serve our purpose as well.
So while he is asleep, you will enter his mind and purge the corruption from within his soul?
Wolfgang looks to Denier.
Denier has 3 or 4 books out, and it looks like he is in deep preparation, but he glances up and he gives a nod.
Then while you are
Aye.
doing that, I will enter the body and remove the crystal from within, to make sure the corruption cannot retake hold.
Wolfgang sort of cocks a brow and looks over at the Arcanaton. How will you manage that?
I have my ways. I can decrease my size, if I need to.
Ah, I see.
In that time, I was informed you had a poultice to be applied to his digestive tract. Something to help loosen the corruption.
We do have something like that, yes?
The lily of the lunar.
Yes.
Yep,
the-
you have the concoction that was made by Venariel, the Lily of the Lunar Well tincture.
Yes, Wolfgang will present that to T-Wig.
or the Arcanaton.
Then I will
Right,
administer
insight.
this at the same time.
Sorry, what was that?
Can I insight T-Wig?
You may with disadvantage. It doesn't exactly have a readable expression.
Yeah. 13.
They appear to be, like, genuine in this effort. There is a steadfastness to them in this endeavor. Given your previous experience with them, their goal, first and foremost, is to save the soul of Garrick Brightscale. There is
Got it.
nothing on this planet that they want more.
Got it. Okay. Nara is standing in the corner with her arms crossed in a glare that could kill a boar.
Yorick would turn his attention to you.
Is there a problem?
Not so long as we succeed. Otherwise, you're about to get 2 new recruits here. Because I'm not leaving Asmo here alone.
Asmo tightens his hand on hers. We'll get through this. We'll get through this.
It won't come to that.
Yeah, we will get through this. And if you're here, I will also be here.
Now, the sedative in the wine. Do you know how long it should last?
Well, a whiff of it was enough to knock me out for 5 minutes, so
But we're talking about a
If that's
full-grown
it.
dragon.
this tincture was made for a full-grown dragon. An ancient one, I should add. Nidhogg is powerful, but he is not old.
Yet powerful enough that those in the south would fear to invade themselves. If this were merely a matter of extinction, extermination, you'd think 3 of them would be willing to show up. There must be something within him that worries even them.
Tactically speaking, they'd be at a disadvantage. 2 of them are missing wings.
Have you ever felt the Dreadworm's flame?
I think Wolfgang did get hit with a breath weapon in the future.
I'm pretty sure we both did at one point or another.
We all did except for Asmo.
Yeah.
Then the 3 of you can make me an either Arcana, Nature, or Religion check.
Let's see.
Double 30.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna do Arcana.
Arcana,
21.
Dang.
Nature, or
Dang,
religion.
Daenerys, fuck.
I'll go with
Yeah.
religion. Oh, that was almost a natural 20. Fuck. 14.
Almost a natural 20, but in fact, was not.
Shit rolled.
Indeed. Daenerys and Nara, you've been hit by magical fire before. The fire that you felt from Nidhogg in the future, there was something strange about it. I mean, first and foremost, yeah, it fucking burned a lot. But Daenerys and, like, Nara, you know that there's some additional force behind it that Daenerys, you're able to kind of pinpoint as somebody who has wielded the particular power as well. There is a corrupting force to his flame. The energies contained within the crystal are made manifest in its fire.
As Daenerys is looking through the books, he speaks up. the crystal inside of his gut adds a corruptive aspect to his breath weapon.
Not the crystal in his gut, per se. Just the fact that his soul was turned by this crystal.
Mm-hmm. I get you. My apologies.
No worries. Just
Red
wanted to
Skull
clarify.
gives you wings.
It's the fact that he has so much corruption inside of him that it's his fire itself applies that corruption, and I suspect that the dragons don't want to attempt risking being corrupted themselves.
I've witnessed his flames firsthand. Never truly experienced them, but they're far different than my own.
They are not fun whatsoever.
Not only are
Agreed.
they much hotter, but they do carry that darkness, that weight to them.
We've dealt with that darkness before, many times. Indeed, we've dealt with this similar situation before. We're already past the first phase of this plan.
Yorick, I am curious. Is there any discarded scales, broken claws from Nidhogg himself?
None that we keep on hand.
Understood. Some magic is stronger if you have a piece of the creature that you're trying to work with.
I understand. But any piece of him that falls off, he either clings to or casts into the lava.
Intelligent. He nods.
Very well. Then I suppose all we have to do now is feast and wait for him to fall asleep. If we don't have an estimate on how long that sleeping poison will last, then we'll just have to do our best to get things done as quickly as possible once it takes effect.
So much worse
Oh,
when
yeah.
you call it a poison.
What would you call it?
Night juice.
Before that, should we know where is the location of Bardish?
Her chambers aren't too far from the Dreadworms. Just across the caldera from his chamber.
Can she be lured away?
Is there a particular reason?
Don't know how much we can trust her.
Well, perhaps you can glean at the feast.
Just hoping.
Anyway, set any materials you don't need here. I'm sure the lava-broiled beef will be ready shortly.
And Yorick will turn to go and prepare himself to eat and to steel himself for the moments ahead. The Arcanaton stays in the room with you.
I will activate my Eldritch Sight, and I will scan the room briefly.
things that are brimming with magic are obviously all the items that you guys have on you. The particular tincture of the Lily of the Lunar Well, which you have handed to the Arcanaton, who is also brimming with magic. And the give me a perception check with advantage.
Perception with advantage. That's gonna be not great, but we'll find out, won't we? 6.
It's weird that it rolled 3 times on here.
Yeah, sometimes it'll fuck up.
All right, so only the 6 and the 4 counted.
The 6 is the highest roll.
Gotcha.
I'm staring at a 2 on my desk right now.
You thought you saw like a shimmer of something for a moment, but just the shadows playing tricks on you with the dancing of the like the near dusk light kind of shimmering off the side of the cavern walls.
There was definitely just some shadows on the wall, and nothing else.
And nothing else.
I'm sure nothing untoward will happen.
With the quarters that we're in, I think a general good scan over everything, including the hallways and whatnot, would be a good choice. So can I do a roll of some kind to basically snoop without looking like I'm snooping?
For anything in particular? Like, are you trying to, like, listen in on something? Or are you trying to, like...
It's one of those things where you're walking in alert, so whatever catches your eyes, ears, senses, one of those kind of things.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception
You don't
check.
know what you're looking for, it's just you're looking for anything that may catch your interest. But
Go ahead and make
yeah,
just a vague perception check.
27.
In the shadow of the Arcanaton, you do see a shape there. It is the shape of a drow.
Is that you?
The shadow waves. Hello.
Huh. Hey, what are you doing in there?
I just like following T-Wig.
You missed him or something?
I just don't really have anything else.
Huh.
So I do what makes me feel useful.
Aw. That's kind of nice, I think.
He is devoted
You,
to this form.
Ah, you have a crush.
T-Wig saved my life. Gave me life. Another one. And whether they're here or not, I will help. T-Wig gave this body to her. So I know her cause is just. I trust in T-Wig.
It's nice.
Wolfgang sort of looks a bit despondent at that.
Well, hopefully negotiations and our efforts go peaceful, like.
That would be for the best.
Agreed.
I wouldn't want to watch any of you get burned.
Yeah, it's pretty unpleasant, not gonna lie.
I would imagine, yeah.
Their flesh strips from the bone and just turns to ash, and then sometimes the bones pop like
like dried corns.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Okay. Oh my god, you.
Yep, felt it. Wasn't fun. But,
No, it was not.
I'm ready to eat some, charred meat.
Yes,
I don't know about you all.
they will be
Oh,
making
no.
it downstairs, probably.
Hmm. You mind giving us a... You guys have been here for a minute, right?
They look at each other and nod.
Just a brief overview of the layout of this place.
Nara's trying to remember what it looked like when they were here before, and is basically trying to get from them, is it the same layout that she remembered where things are kept and all of that kind of thing?
Essentially what you get from them is, in comparison to your memory of the place from the future, they're like the cave structure from earlier, like where they had like a dungeon and stuff like that, hasn't quite been carved out and functioned like the way it would later on. If anything, they're just kind of missing some of the amenities that they had in the future after years and years of being able to enslave things to get shit done and get
Right.
time to carve shit out. So it's just kind of like a more rudimentary place where the lizards still kind of all sleep in hoveled out caves. Even like the kind of barracks that they have are less nice than what you have here. And
Right.
this is very rudimentary. Like you're essentially sleeping on piles of animal fur and stacks of like whatever the softest materials they could conjure. Bags of
Gotcha.
ash and stuff like that as pillows and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just wanted to get an idea of the layout.
How many people are currently around the place, though?
They would let you know that currently the numbers that Nidhogg has in its employ numbers roughly about 250 lizard folk, probably a deceptively large amount of fire newts, because they just kind of keep popping up, although they are functionally worthless in battle, as they are too stupid to follow instruction.
Okay.
So it's a relatively small army, though it's much better equipped than it used to be, since there is a Duergar up north that is manufacturing arms and armor for them.
A Duragar. Okay. I actually was curious if that guy was here. Okay.
They would let you know that he sometimes shows up with the shipments, but is not presently here.
What was his name? Reddick?
Yeah, Dreddick. Or,
Dreddick.
Yeah.
He's the one who got kicked out of the Underdark, those directly beneath Silver Rock.
Yep.
Correcto.
Due to helping
Because-
Linkstoy build the mind control devices.
I mean, it was for a good cause.
It was to save his own life. Pretty good cause if there ever was one.
And his wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, you
Still
eventually
rocking the dress.
you guys eventually would make it downstairs to where they are having essentially like they've rolled out their finest tableware of essentially stone top shit that is now like stacked upon old rusted out kegs. But the slaughtered cows have been turned into a lot of, as Nara put it, char meat, heavy on the char.
Figured.
And the lizards are just like going to town on like sides of beef and stuff like that. Those who are higher ranking in the military seem to have had a more favorable share, but you lot as visiting dignitaries, as well as your traveling cadre of escortees, have been given essentially an entire cow to yourselves.
Woo!
Wow.
As well as you are joined at your more elite table by Yorick and Bardish.
There she is. Ooh, okay.
And playing a jaunty tune at the center. I suppose I can play a jauntier tune than this. You know what? I haven't played in forever.
I don't know.
That doesn't fit here. How's this one? This jaunty? Jaunty enough. Is your spy, Wizen, who is performing for the event. You know what? Fuck it. Connor, go ahead and roll me a performance check for Wizen.
Let me bring a sheet up.
Wizen.
Let me grab a sheet real quick, and I will do just that. He's probably hammering away with one of his pretty unique instruments. Probably his yarting.
Yeah, he's yarting the shit out of that yart.
He's yarting it up. All right. Performance is very, very fucking good.
I would hope so.
It's a 30.
Yeah,
Hell
he is
yeah.
yarting the shit out of this joint.
Yarting?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yarting it up.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm fine now. Had to look up a word. It's fine.
Yeah, yarting, it is essentially a kind of lute/guitar.
I got it.
And he's playing the shit out of it.
Nice.
Bardish, who does join you kind of fashionably late, just kind of sits down and is actually kind of surprised at your presence. Lord Connolly.
Bardish. It's good to see you again.
Hey, unexpected surprise. Asmo, Nara, and Denier, right?
Denier would nod in acknowledgement.
She looks at
Correct.
she looks at you for a moment, Denier. Kind of like studying you. While she didn't spend a whole lot of time with you specifically in Silver Rock, gonna give her a quick roll. Yeah, she doesn't seem to notice any real difference in your demeanor that wouldn't also be explained by the fact that you're sitting in the camp of a red dragon.
Mm-hmm.
To what do we owe the pleasure of this unexpected surprise?
We are here delivering tribute to Lord Nidhogg.
I see. So he's finally turned his gaze to you, then.
More like we happened to turn it ourselves.
He was quite despondent after losing his livestock, she says, with kind of a hint of saddened irony to her voice.
She doesn't like using that word to describe her.
Nara's gonna be inciting the whole time.
Is that something you particularly want to recite?
Not that in particular, because I can already kind of glean how she's feeling about that. That doesn't seem very hidden at all.
Gotcha.
More gonna be about her general sentiment to this whole situation. Shall I roll for that now or wait?
I'd wait until there's a particular moment of something that you'd want to insight.
Gotcha. Nara is still doing the hyper noble airs, slow movements, hyper polite, as if she was impersonating someone in a royal court.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
22 on both sides.
Got your pinky extended and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
She is still wearing a lot of sapphires.
A distracting amount of blue surrounded by all this red and black.
Yep.
The wine they serve you is certainly not great, but it seems to be better than the mead and grog that the rest of the camp appears to be swilling on. Bardish kind of just like takes a breath and a sip and just forces it down her gullet. It's a very sour wine with like a, I don't know, it tastes almost more like turpentine than grape.
Oh, fun. So it's very hoppy, you're saying?
Yeah,
Vinegar.
It is. Clearly, whoever distilled this doesn't know much about fermentation. Or they know too much and are trying to make some sort of fuel.
Oh, imagine this is what it takes to get a red dragon drunk.
More so, Asmo, you actually notice as you drink it, this is something that's built towards people of your constitution.
Don't drink too much, Asmo says to the others.
Nara smiles a little bit.
Most lizard folk are immune to poison, but this is meant to be. Well, you know how much it takes to get me drunk. Just imagine this. This would be enough. Just a little bit. Ah. Oh my god.
But it does take the edge off, Bardish would say. Yorick is foregoing beverage.
Fair enough.
As he sort of like picks at his food and will consistently just kind of like look back towards Nidhogg's cave.
Nara leans forward to look at Bardish.
Bardish.
She notices.
How fare you under Lord Nidhogg's care?
He is very commanding. But sometimes there is a odd apprehension to him. I have not been harmed, and while I certainly don't feel as though I can leave, I also do not feel like a prisoner here. I'm supposed to be here to help bring in a new age of the Draconid. Whatever that means.
Do you have any idea what sort of duties that would imply?
None that my current form would allow me to survive, she says with kind of a knowing stare.
Ugh.
My masters are concocting something, though, that would make such an endeavor feasible, she says with a sort of uncomfortable, like a real genuine discomfort to her voice.
I'd like to insight that.
Whoever would like to may.
Yeah.
13.
23.
There's first and foremost the genuine awkwardness of saying, like, look, I know I'm here to fuck, and my masters are trying to figure out how that's gonna happen. And then there's the discomfort of, I don't even think that, like, that's not exactly, like, you know, that's not where my life path was, you know, going. Not where I wanted my plan to go. So there's those two factors to it.
Okay.
But beneath that, Nara, you can see that, like, she's reserved herself to this because she believes it is for the greater good of her kind in both senses of the word.
And you are excited to usher in this new era?
She takes another big swig of that very sour, very strong wine. Would you be?
Wolfgang's just like got the glass to his mouth like Jesse Pinkman in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say there isn't a certain enticement to it, knowing that you would have a place in the annals of history. But for what it takes to be there is... She just kind of shakes her head and goes quiet. Takes another big swig. Holds up the cup and essentially just kind of like grabs the decanter from the center of the table. The decanter, which is essentially like, it looks more like a old repurposed vase. Just kind of like glugs a few, like pours a few more glugs out of it into her into her cup.
There's given you the impression of what sort of world we will all live in the future.
I just want a world where people like me don't have to be afraid. Where people like my brothers and sisters don't need to fear those who are uniquely weaker.
That's partially why I founded the Kylum Diaboli.
She nods.
The more people understand, the less they fear.
And then monsters come in all shapes and sizes.
Sometimes they're shaped like people.
So I'm doing what I have to for the future of my people. And I trust my masters to help guide the world to a better place for all of them, for all of us, for everyone.
That's very brave of you.
Not knowing quite how to respond to that, she just sips from her cup. And goes, like, picks off some of the extra charred meat and takes a bite of some of the moister, redder meat on the inside.
I would like... Oh no, you already said she's pretty unshakable in her beliefs. based on the previous insight. I guess, okay, I would like to insight how much of a question she has to her masters about this.
Okay. Ask a question to prompt that, and then give me an insight.
Your masters are the intended rulers of this new future, yes?
The intended architects and guiders, yes.
Will that not eventually conflict with Lord Nidhogg?
I imagine in some way, shape, or form it will. But I imagine all politics must come to such a discussion at some point or another.
We'll drink to that.
I suppose you know being stuck straight in the middle of it.
He just gets a very exhausted look on his face.
Did you ever end up finding a place for the meeting?
I did. Very neutral ground.
I hope it is a beneficial meeting. I would hate to see my people go to war.
As would I.
Doesn't know about the future visit, correct?
What do you mean?
Bardish doesn't know that Wolfgang and I went to the future to see how things panned out, right?
Yeah, she'd have no reason
I don't think
to know
many people know that.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, the only people in this camp that do know that are essentially Yorick and you guys. And if he told the Arcanaton, then the Arcanaton. And by that extension, almost certainly you.
Do you think it would look like? The world without fear for your kind.
I imagine there'd be more prosperity. Fewer borders.
Probably be quieter. Asmo says while he's drinking his drink.
Maybe a little of that, too. Though no time is ever truly without any form of conflict. But without the disparity of those who fear us acting on those fears in such an unjust manner. It wouldn't be perfect, but it would be better.
Nothing's perfect.
If perfection existed, then progress couldn't.
Regret.
Yorick stands up.
Excuse me for a moment.
And he wanders off towards Nidhogg's lair.
Can I insight that?
Yes.
Just wondering if he seems like nervous or if something in the conversation set him off. Where's my insight? There it is.
All right, buddy. Come on. 12.
From the general sense you get, something about what, like, when Nidhogg left you, or when you left Nidhogg, he made the claim that he would join you in a moment.
Oh.
Yorick is confused by his absence.
Absence. Nara, seeing Yorick get up.
Shall I accompany you?
He's already moving.
He kind of studies how quickly he's walking away.
He has a steadfast, determined, but give me an insight.
22.
It's performatively calm, but hurried.
Only to save herself from what would otherwise seem awkward. She just goes, excuse me, and gets up and kind of follows behind as quietly as possible behind Yorick.
Are you trying not to draw attention to the fact that you're doing this at the table? Or like, are you trying not to draw attention from Bardish that you're doing this?
No, because I was talking right to her, and that would be weird to stealth away in the middle of a conversation.
Well, no, I just meant like in terms of like, are you trying to excuse yourself in a way that doesn't seem suspicious?
Weird. Yes. Performance then?
Either, yeah, performance or deception with advantage. She's a bit drunk.
Great, 13.
All right, let's check her insight.
Thank God.
Those who remain at the table can tell that she sees that something's up.
Too bad. Bye.
Yeah.
I must away.
Are you up to something? She looks at the rest of you around the table.
Daenerys been staring at his wine for the past couple minutes. He seems to not be paying attention to the conversation.
Seems to. Give me a performance check.
He's legitimately not paying attention to the conversation. Her talks of a utopian future has triggered certain memories, and he is withdrawing into a shell.
All right, well, she sees there's definitely something up with you then. And then she looks back to you, Wolfgang. What's going on?
Jesse Pinkman sip.
Oh, God.
We know that the North is allied with Nidhogg right now, right?
It doesn't even seem like Bardish is keeping that much of a secret.
Nidhogg was supposed to join us for dinner, was he not?
He usually would. Probably would have made a grand entrance by now. Why do you...
Seems strange, doesn't it? He would be so late.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. With advantage.
Persuasion. Let me... Persuasion with advantage?
Yes. She's drunk and
14.
she does see you as relatively trustworthy.
14.
She looks at you, looks down at her wine. You can tell that her suspicions are like she's like got like things whirling around her mind, but she doesn't seem like she's pressing you on it. Nara.
Mm-hmm.
As you follow Yorick, as you guys get like further and further from the crowd of partying lizard folk, his gait gets wider and wider. He picks up his pace. And as you make your way into Nidhogg's chamber, you can see that he cracked through every single bottle of that wine and is currently sleeping like a dog belly up in that pile of gold.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yorick's eyes widen.
We have to move now.
And here
Understood.
is where we will take a break. As the rest of you sit around the table eating your charred meat, Yorick and Nara rejoin you. And in a hushed whisper, in kind of like a hushed tone, Yorick says,
The Dreadworm requests your presence.
Wolfgang will sort of squint, and he'll put down his glass. He hasn't had very much of the wine. It is not to his liking.
it would not be. You're used, like, at this point, your palate for the kind of swill that even a standard roadside tavern might serve would probably have been tainted by the fact that you have been served much of the finer things in Silver Rock just due to your lordship.
I've had Yumberry wine. This is Drek.
Nara, I think, actually would have stayed behind in the room so that only Yorick came back to make it seem like Nidhogg made her stay for him to go get the others.
All right, well, he's sleeping. His tongue's just kind of like lolling out of his mouth, and every now and again one of his back feet kicks.
Yep. That's fine. Just would rather stay there to make sure that this is still the case.
I'm going to give Yorick a quick deception roll and Bardish a chance to read into it. Dice fell.
Jumanji.
She does not.
It's the curse.
It is.
She did not because too much alcohol.
Yeah. And she's just happy she's not one of the people being summoned.
Great.
If you'll excuse us, my lady.
And he just kind of bows his head to her. She nods. Continues eating.
Wolfgang will see Denier in sort of a state, and he'll grab his shoulder. Lad.
Denier glances up for a second, puts the wine down, gets up, and begins following.
Asmo looks at Nara. Just
Not there.
come.
She's not there.
Oh, shit! Sorry, I'm supposed to.
It's okay. She stayed back to be in Nidhogg's room so that Bardish would have a little less reason to question why she came back only to go back in.
Okay.
So the lot of you get up and follow Yorick.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you follow Yorick back into the chamber, doing your best not to draw the attention of anyone around you, though they all seem to be a little preoccupied in the festivities to truly notice. I mean, you draw eyes, obviously, just due to the fact that you're non-lizard folk. The people in your troop that followed you here are certainly noticing and just kind of give you like sort of a knowing nod as you walk. Like, it's go time, and they appear to kind of, like, steel themselves, readying themselves in case anything goes wrong and they have to get ready to defend themselves against a bunch of drunken lizards. You find your way into the chamber, and you see Nidhogg sleeping. Oh, wait, sleeping. His head's just kind of, like, lolled back. His, the casks of wine have each been kind of, like, cracked open and drank. It's unclear how long ago he cracked them open and drank them.
I'm not sure how long we have.
Well, then hop to it.
He looks to you, Denier.
All right. Anyone who's going with me, grab on. Those who are staying here, stay there.
T-Wig, does haste work on you?
Would haste work if you were removed from a different plane as the person who would... Who
Oh,
you
the
are casting it on?
concentration. No, would not. Scheiße. Never mind.
Plus, if you lose concentration in there, it'd slow them down.
Sorry.
Yep. Never mind.
I understand.
Yorick, kind of like clasps you on the shoulder, Denier.
Counting on you.
He gives a nod. Anybody that wants to go in, he gives everybody an opportunity before he begins casting the spell to pull them into the dreaming.
I'm going in.
Go time.
You cast, and once again, the world starts to feel kind of like liquid around you as matter begins to change shape. Everything starts to feel wobbly, woozy, and the hot gusts of air torrenting around you from the volcanic currents start to feel almost like a little cooler to you. As it feels as though air is sort of swirling around you. And then, in almost an instant, you feel as if the floor drops out from beneath you. Denier, you become cloaked in the guise of Somnium Vagus as the floor of the volcano falls beneath you, and you feel the world, like a bright world, kind of coat around you. You look around, all around your position, and as you try to make sense of where you are in this dream, you feel yourself hurtling towards the ground. You see beneath you the continent of Marmaria, the great mount of Silver Peak beneath your feet, the Colossus Koldara, where you had just found yourself far in the distance.
Denier will slow them down as they begin approaching the ground, getting his bearings.
You are very high up, so like while you do kind of like feel the force of gravity kind of begin to like wane on each of you, you do still kind of feel like a downward force.
Mm-hmm.
In this state, you have what feels to be like, I mean, you can kind of direct yourself in the air, but what movement speed you would normally have will take some time to kind of get used to in this sort of like floating phase. There we go. Give you a grid. I'll set you guys on said grid.
Where is grid?
It's just the fact that it's now a map. You can now see the sort of grid around you.
Okay.
As you're falling, Yorick just kind of looks around.
Where are we?
This is different than last time. We're above the continent.
Through the juts of wind, you can hear flapping through your ears as you're falling, the of the high-speed wind. You hear a concussive whoosh, 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 as a dark shadow cascades over you. It was only there for a moment until you are once again enlightened by the dream sun in the sky. You feel a hot torrent of air blast past you moments later.
Is there a way that I can attempt to perceive where it came from, or...
Anybody may make
What
a
it
perception
is?
check if you'd like.
Yeah. That's a 29 on both sides.
It's pretty good.
12.
Anybody else?
Let's have a go at it.
Yeah.
8.
Come on, Come on. 19.
Nice.
You look up around you, trying to find the shape that made that shadow. Denier, Wolfgang, Yorick have a hard time tracking it, but Asmo and Nara, as your eyes glance forward, you see a small shape, very similar to like a seagull, kind of like arcing its wings, that grows larger and larger and larger. Approaching you at what would appear to be an immensely fast pace as it finally comes into view. One moment here.
Oh,
Get this
boy.
picked out.
Oh.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The large demonic dragon. This corrupting force within Garrick's soul makes its presence known.
You dare enter my mind! You will burn!
Roll initiative.
Oh, God.
Oh, we're not fighting. We're fighting a dream red.
We're in the air still?
I think it's implied we're like in a metaphorical, like floating sky place.
17.
16.
It's like a metaphor.
Natural 20.
Hot damn.
Nice.
I don't know what to do though, so it doesn't actually help me. I'm the.
Wait,
I have no
so-
idea what to do in this scenario, so that doesn't really help. Can I give it to somebody else? Can I give
So
it to the
wait.
near?
Are we falling? Or are we just like standing on nothing above?
You're floating. You're falling.
We're floating. We're floating and falling.
It's like the Ultros fight in Final Fantasy VI.
So, can we move? Like,
I mean, however you would choose to angle yourself as you fall, yeah.
oh,
You can
nuggets.
You essentially have a falling speed, quote unquote a gliding speed at your normal movement speed.
Wow. All right, that's fun.
All right. And has all right. Also Nara, with your perception check,
Yep.
you would notice that off in the distance on the ground, let me mark this for you, there appears to be a beacon of blue light, kind of cyanic light. Right about there.
Oh,
Oh, not there. Sorry.
I don't
little
see
too north.
anything happening.
It's very small.
Oh, okay. One more time.
Sure, I need to move it though. Actually, I'll just delete it and mark it where it's supposed to be. Why
That's
did the music
big.
stop?
Down there.
There we go.
Oh, I think it's gone now.
All right. I'm just gonna mark it again. Sorry, I missed my mark.
Okay.
There it is. Off there, where Amber Glade would be, just slightly
okay.
to the north of it, there seems to be a cyanic glow, almost a beacon of sorts.
Okay.
Okay. So, in terms of initiative, Asmo, you're up.
I'm honest with you. I have no idea what to do right now.
I would choose something, even if it's not like.
No, I genuinely don't know. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to forgive me here. I'm a little bit discombobulated because of my cold meds here.
I get you.
I don't really know. How does movement work? If it's just like basic movement rules, right?
Yeah, you have your normal movement.
All right. So normal movement. It's just there's a glowing thing over there. I have no idea what it would be, and I think that's more of a Denier thing or Wolfgang or something because I'm not a magic guy.
I don't think you've even seen it yet.
Yeah,
Only
Nara's
I've
noticed
seen it. So maybe Asmo, does his thing where he scopes out what his situation is tactically.
That's why I was like, this natural 20 does nothing for me.
Maybe just take a turn to take it in.
I can't. Sorry.
You can always move and hold an action for a particular trigger.
Or you could take the dodge action if you just want to make yourself less vulnerable to attacks for the turn.
I'm gonna have to do that then. I'll just take the dodge action, I guess, because I don't even know. I can't really, because my job as a fighter is to run up and hit shit. I don't know if that's the thing to do immediately. It just feels like a foolish move to do initially right now. So, yeah. Oh shit! It's been so long since I've done combat.
I know.
Yeah. Basic movement is 20, right? Or is it 30? It's been a while.
30 for you.
30 for me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess Asmo's gonna head off a different direction to see if he can, draw his line of sight, essentially. I'll take the dodge action.
Alrighty. Next up, we have Nara.
She is going to shout to everyone nearby
Blue beacon off to the right!
and then take off for it. And let's see, that's
Well, I think this is a basic spread out a little bit, because I'm going to assume this thing does AoE.
we're gonna go right over. Boop. I believe this is as far as I could go.
Unless you take a dash action,
Absolutely gonna do that.
then you can move an additional 30.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Right on top of it.
Yeah, that gets you just there.
Woo!
Alright. Next up, the Dreadworm.
She'll wave back to everybody like, it's right here. Here.
10, 15,
Oh god.
20, 25, 30, 35,
What the fuck?
40. Asmo, Wolfgang, Yorick,
Oh,
and
boy.
Denier. Give me a dexterity save.
Come on, guys.
As a
got
torrent
this. Dexterity
of
save.
horrific, infernal fire scorches out from the gullet of the Dream Dreadworm.
Since I took a dodge action, what does that mean? Again,
It does
it's been a while.
nothing for this kind of save, unfortunately.
This is considered a magical attack, not a spell per se, but a magical attack. Yes.
I mean, it's a natural attack from this creature.
Okay. I am going to trigger a reaction. Absorb elements.
Good call.
Very nice.
We didn't drink our fire potions.
You did not.
Why didn't we drink our fire potions?
I don't know.
Oh.
Can we
We
say
were
we
in a
drank our
rush.
fire potions? Because I was kind of confused that no one mentioned that earlier.
You could have done that on your turn. I'm sorry. I'm playing by.
I know. I'm sick, dude.
I know.
Get Bailey. All right. 19.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Asmo, you saved. So let's see. Wolfgang, is that a 21?
That is a 21, yes.
Denier did not make it, and Yorick unfortunately didn't. So
Oh boy.
Hooey.
Denier
Well, he
and
should be
Yorick,
resistant to fire damage.
he is. So and Denier is taking half regardless, I think, due to lessening the effect, storing it. First time you're hit. Energy lessening its effect on you. So lessening its effects.
It
it's
basically
very
gives me
vaguely worded.
resistance.
Yeah, it's very vaguely worded.
I think it gives you resistance.
Okay, I trust that because it makes sense as
Yeah,
to what that is. It's just really weirdly worded for a spell.
Second sentence. You have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn.
There we go. Okay. All right, let's roll this out. So each of you are going to take half of this. Except for, all of you are going to take half of this. 10, 20. Sorry, hold on. So what would be 66 damage is 33 fire damage.
Are we?
For who?
All of you. Asmo, Yorick, Denier, and Wolfgang take 33 fire damage.
How many temporary hit points did we have again? 14 or 13?
It was
13. 12.
13.
12.
No, I thought we rounded up actually last time.
And we didn't get the and we didn't get the magic feast bonus either.
Nope.
We did not. We still have a potential other fight to deal with as well, though.
Yeah, it's fair, I guess.
Depending on how long this
Sorry.
one takes.
Is it 13? So sorry. What did you say?
33 fire damage.
No, it was Connor. For
13. 13 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Need to get at my calculator.
Boy, fuck.
All right. Next up, we have Wolfgang.
All right. I am going to use my action to activate Radiant Soul.
That gives you a flight speed of what?
Flight speed of 30 feet.
I'm going to say for the sake of this gliding, you now have a speed of 40.
Nice.
Since
With
you
my
now
flight
just-
speed of
since
40.
you now just have more control in the air. As brilliant, radiant white plumage fires out the back of Wolfgang's back. A set of fiery white, semi-translucent wings sprout from his back. And his eyes glow with a white, radiant power.
Wolfgang's going to say, "Spread out!" And he is going to... Speed of 40. Firstly, he's going to look to Denier, and he's going to use 3 uses of his healing light. to heal Denier for 3d6. 11. You heal for 11, Denier.
Good deal.
Yes, and then Wolfgang will fly over here near where towards the Kuldara is at IRL. And that's going to be my turn for now.
Alrighty. It is Yorick's turn. Uh, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And from his back, he pulls out a javelin. And as he looks at this beast, he screams, "Let go of my brother, you bastard!" And he throws the javelin. A modified... Well, of course it's modified. 24, he hits. And as the javelin strikes, you see a what appears to be a spark of electric energy surge off of the tip of the blade itself. Alright, let me roll the damage on the... The javelin seems to almost bounce off of the scales a bit, but that spark seems to have done some damage. As he cocks back his arm and throws another one and lets out a feral scream in doing so. That's a nat 20. Go, Yorick.
Nah.
This one actually seems to...
Save your brother.
Yeah, this particular javelin seems to sink itself in between two scales right above the dragon's breast. So 12 plus... This one actually seems to catch the worm's attention a bit as the blade itself sinks itself in. It lets out a and turns its attention from the snake in front of it to the dragonborn behind it. It is going to use a legendary action, however, since you are in range, Asmo, to swing its tail at you.
Oh,
This
boy.
does have disadvantage, though.
It does have disadvantage. So
This is my dodge action?
because of your dodge
Yes.
action. Yep.
Go for that.
All right. It does still have like a plus. It has a. I mean, it's still a dragon, so that is a 23 still to hit.
I think that matches.
If you have a reaction that boosts your AC, you can use that as well.
Just double checking.
I think you have defensive duelist, and you also
I do.
have it.
Yeah.
If Chimera Shell is the one that you've got out right now, then
So I'm reading the defensive duelist. You're wielding a finesse weapon, which you're proficient. Use your reaction to add to your proficiency bonus to your AC. My proficiency bonus is.
Should be a +4.
it should be
or
+5.
Or +5, yeah. Wait.
Are you
Yeah,
12
no,
or 13?
He's 12. It's 4.
Okay, yeah.
So it's 23, and I did not clarify whether I had the shell out or not, and that's up to the DM to decide if I have it out or not. Because I would for this.
The last weapon you would have had would have. I think the last one you did have out was the shell. So
Okay, and then I have the shell, which
it does allow you to cast shield on yourself for as a reaction, which gives you.
But
That
I can-
gives
I-
you +5 to your AC.
then I'm gonna activate. I don't have a button for that, so I activate that.
All right. So what's your AC normally? 23.
My AC right now is 19.
Okay, so +5. Yes. Then the tail comes swinging at you. You hold up the Chimera shell. You utilize its godly powers, and as the tail, bam, impacts, you kind of get like sent spinning a little bit, but you take no damage from the tail.
Dong. Big bong sound effect.
Indeed. Big bongo.
Oh.
All right. Denier, you're up.
Lani, drinking potions, action or bonus action?
I will say if it's on yourself, it's a bonus action. If it is administered to somebody else, it's an action.
Okay, that sounds good.
Bonus action, down potion of fire resistance as he looks at the creature and looks at York. Lani, I would like to activate my dream magic and attempt to bolster the magical might of York, as I have done previously in the last time I attempted to save Nidhogg.
With the direct presence of the corruption in front of you, you feel as though the dream is fighting you. You may make this check with disadvantage. What is it that you're attempting to do here?
I'm going to increase his offensive capability by imbuing his javelins with the Dream Javelin.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
23.
All right.
Nice.
I'm going to have the dragon contest that with an Arcana check. He just gets one roll, though. Let's see, dragon. Arcana is not a specific thing, so it's just his straight intelligence. Yeah, he's not beating a 23.
Woohoo!
You see as the javelins at Yorick's belt begin to glow, each of them that were already magical are now considered +3 weapons and are now imbued with radiant damage, as opposed to random elemental effects.
Fuck yeah.
Neat.
Alright, so bonus
York!
action. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, bonus action to drink the potion, action to use the thing, and free action. York Bright Skill! Accept my blessing and free your brother! And I begin moving. And movement, I begin moving further back. 3, 4, 5. Back this way. That's my turn.
The dragon, sensing new danger, beats its wings strongly, using its remaining legendary actions. Creatures within 10 feet. So, Asmo, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Here we go. 15.
This concussive force of wind knocks you around and kind of like jostles you so hard that you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, boy.
Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And the dragon begins to make a beeline towards Denier. Back at the top of the list, Asmo.
So above game, are we even trying to damage him?
Yes.
I think we're trying to weaken this. This is like a demonic force.
Yeah,
like
that's
the
why.
demonic side of Garrick's mind
Yeah,
that we're trying to weaken. So I think damage is what we're looking for here.
Okay, because I didn't know if we had to get on a series of dots to like stop him or do physical damage to him. I just didn't know. So Asmo with his bonus action is going to take his. It's going to pop that fire resistance potion.
All right,
You
you are
should.
now resistance to fire.
Oh, God. All right. I don't want to burn to a second wind yet, but I'm down so much HP. Oh shit! Shoot. 1 second. Sorry, my. What the heck did I just do? 1 second. Sorry, I got to re-pull up on my list here. Sorry. What the heck?
You all right?
Oh no, I clicked something wrong and just deleted. Got rid of my entire character sheet for a sec. I had to reboot it.
Oh, also,
I've been
as
looking.
the round begins again. Hold on. Sorry. Let me fix something real quick. Don't worry about the fog of war. It'll be unveiled in a moment.
Am I worried?
You have fallen closer to the ground.
Ah.
Let's see.
That's the easiest way to represent this in a combat map.
Sorry, I'm looking through my sheet here. I'm just trying to see if I got any like big potions or anything, because I don't want to blow my second wind already. Also, with the shield out, the shield doesn't count as a finesse weapon, correct?
It is not. It is a strength.
That lowers my AC when I have it out. So,
I mean, overall it raises your AC, but you just can't use defensive duelist.
yeah, that's the
Unless
thing.
you have another weapon that has the finesse property.
Yeah, because it is a one-handed shield.
All right, so I am. So I guess okay. Sorry, I'm just. So the Chimera
To
Fang
help-
counts as a finesse weapon, right?
Yes, Fang is a finesse weapon.
Fang is a finesse weapon. Okay, but it's the shield right now, so I need to. Ah, boy.
Also, you did already use your bonus action to take that fire resistance potion, so you cannot use second wind.
I can't use that as a main. I thought it was a main action to do that.
I believe second wind is a bonus action.
Yeah, it is a bonus action. You're right. Sorry.
But Dragon is also focused on Denier right now, so you're kind of left in its wake and could poke, I would think.
Yeah, Asmo's gonna try and just go for the tail. I guess. I got no healing thing I can do. All right. Asmo goes for the tail as it flies past him, and Asmo's gonna pull out the Void Blade and swing down on hit the tail with it.
All right, you would
I have okay, so how many attacks do I have? I'm sorry I have to ask
I mean,
this. It's been months since I've done.
You're still a fighter, so you have was it 3
I
basic
think it's
attacks?
3 at this level.
And then you already used your bonus action, so you don't have your offhand, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah.
So I have 3. Okay. Sorry, just want to make sure. It's been a while. So
Yes, you have 2 extra attacks, so you have 3 attacks in total.
alrighty. Asmo, so I can use my, so I don't have to hit with the shield. I can just hit with the actual blade I want to hit with.
Yep, just the blade.
Sweet. Okay. Void Blade. 13. Nothing.
As you swing, you connect with nothing but air on that one.
Void Blade. 15.
You swing, and as you make contact, it's just like it barely grazes off the scale. You don't make any noticeable damage.
And the natural 20.
There we
This
go.
one, kind of like
There we
using the
fucking go.
momentum from the the second clang, you start to kind of like flip around, and as you use that momentum, you stab it square into the back of the base of its tail. Give me damage.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
6.
Woo, 6, but it is a magical weapon, so that does deal full damage. And he does need to make a Constitution save.
Oh, that's right.
He has a very good Constitution, but if he rolls a 1, then yeah, no, he makes it.
Dang it. Would be real
You
confusing
deal
right now.
you deal your 6 damage. It seems to kind of like shrug it off
Yeah.
as the large creature that it is. Nara, you're up.
I'm at this beacon thing. What's that?
You're high above it. You can see a beacon beneath you.
Oh,
Far,
man.
far beneath you on the ground.
How far are we talking?
Probably another 5 rounds of falling.
5 rounds? 5 rounds?
Unless you find a way to speed yourselves up.
Oh my god. 5 rounds. Okay, 5 rounds of normal movement speed, or 2.5 rounds if I use nothing but movement the whole time.
I mean, if you head down there yourself, you would essentially be leaving everybody else in this combat, but yes. You may use your movement to descend, if you wish.
Oh, fuck nuggets.
I have 2 separate timers running on this, by the way. One is how long Nidhogg will stay asleep. The other is how long it will take you to fall.
Oh my god. Okay, how far away is this little butthole? 90? Great. Yo, you know what, Mr. Jerk Nuggets? That's really far. Oh, god damn it. 60? Man, that is just so inconvenient. Okay, so I have a movement speed of 30, correct?
Correct.
So, okay, I'm gonna stay nearby, but I'm gonna go right here so that I'm now... oh, no, you need to be one closer, little friend. I'm gonna be close enough to this beacon, but I'm gonna... Where... Oh, don't tell me I just closed my character sheet. Oh, woman. Come now. There you are. Okay. We're just gonna... You know what?
What?
We're gonna do a pew-pew to you too, Mr. Dragon. Finger of Death.
Finger of Death
Oh
on
my
the
God.
dragon. You send out negative energy coursing through the creature within range, causing it searing pain. Target must make a Constitution saving throw, DC 18. Do Constitution saving throw. 7d8 plus 30 necrotic damage on failed, say half as much on a successful one. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Right. It was 7d8.
7d8 plus 30.
Great. Not negative. What are you doing? There we go. 63.
That's a good amount of damage.
Oh my-
As you point at the dragon that has been kind of attempting to wallop Asmo and now has set its sights on Denier, you point at it and the beam itself makes contact but seems to cascade away from the creature. It did make it save, but it still takes half of that.
Great. So that's 32. Did they round up or down?
I'll round up. I'll round up for you.
Thank
Don't
God.
worry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Still quite a lot of damage.
It is. 32 damage is a lot. That's about as much fire damage as dealt to everybody in the opening round.
Just compared
Yeah,
to my 6,
jerk.
it's just fun.
And also, ding 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 ding. Let's see. That was that, and then I also have. Oh, what is this? There you are. That's so interesting. How far? Okay, great. So because I am within 60 feet, go get him. Whisper.
All right. As a bonus action, you pull your kitty mommy from the void, and it seems very confused as it's wobbling its legs in midair.
Meow meow.
Meow meow meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Let's see. It says within 120 feet of me, so I'm literally gonna plop Whisper on top of the dragon.
All
It's
right.
back.
Plop.
Do you have a preference? Asmo side, Denier side, Yorick side, other side?
As probably as close to like head eyes as possible.
Yes, but I'm talking about map directions.
Oh, Since it was originally heading towards Denier, and that's where the head would probably be pointed, then probably Denier's side.
Okay.
Split up some of the focus as well.
Yeah, splits focus a little.
Gotcha.
Good thinking.
All right. Whisper will attempt to attack.
Please. Do something.
That's a miss. And that's a miss as well. Whisper's claws just cannot seem to sink into this beast. Its hide is very thick. Thick hide. All right, Nidhogg's turn. Let's re-roll to see if it gets its fire back. Alrighty.
Oh, do I need to roll initiative for Whisper as well?
No, I just put Whisper directly after you just to make things easier.
Oh, okay, sure.
All right, Asmo and Whisper are going to get attacks of opportunity as...
No. Denier.
Also,
Actually, it doesn't leave Whisper's space, so it technically Whisper doesn't.
No.
Also, disadvantage on saving throws for, target has disadvantage on saving throws, against any spell I cast.
Oh, that's right, Hex, or, the hexing effect of Whisper of Ill Omen.
I also hit with a 16.
You do not.
Well, we're finding out what the AC is, guys.
Pretty up there.
It's It's got a pretty hefty hide. Denier, are you ready?
No.
Quick, do a double jump.
Quick, do a
Dark
backflip,
Souls
Denier.
roll.
All right, first up,
Somersault.
Vital. Vital is a 28 to hit.
That's a hit.
Alrighty. Vital is these.
Oh boy. There we go.
21 piercing damage
Oh wow.
and Jesus, 12 fire damage, full on fire. It does not like you.
Please don't tell me you're down.
No.
It flies over to you, bites into you as hard as it can, breathes out this hot torrent of fiery air, casts you out of its mouth, and then starts to try to slap you with both of its claws. Claw number 1, that is a 16 to hit.
That's going to miss.
As you're able to kind of like deflect it, almost kind of moving the air around you as you're gaining control of the dream itself. The second one, however, is a modified 30.
That's going to hit.
Alrighty. That is 14 points of slashing damage.
Understood.
And that is Nidhogg's turn. Wolfgang, you're up.
Fuck.
Alrighty, I'm going to chug my fire resistance potion.
Bonus action done.
And then I'm going to fire some lasers at it with my Eldritch Blast.
Fire away with your pew-pews.
I'm pew-pewing. Let's see, what's my modifier at this level? Plus 10. Nice. 18?
As you fire that one, it seems to just miss the top of its head as it's kind of like flapping up and down, keeping pace with Denier's descent.
Alright, I have 3 of these. 13.
That one goes wide.
And a 29.
And that one finds its home
That one
at the base of its neck.
Alrighty. That Eldritch Blast is going to be a full 10 points of force damage.
Nice.
I also have Agonizing Blast, so it deals damage to my equal to my Charisma modifier, so it's taking an additional 5 Yeah, just an additional 5 damage.
It winces
As well.
It winces as the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
As well, due to my Radiant Soul, it takes 13 Radiant damage.
Hot damn. That is excellent. Excellent news. It winces as that the one shot that you were able to connect with shatters a scale on the back of its neck. It uses its bonus, or its first legendary action to make a tail attack on you, Denier.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
Reaction shield.
And similarly to when Asmo was about to get hit with the tail, you bring up an arcane shield around you, and poof, the tail gets deflected. Next up, Yorick with the strong jabs.
Yeah, York's so strong.
He's got plus 13 to hit, and they do radiant damage now, so. First one is a
Hit his ass.
28. That's a hit. 1d6 plus 8. 11 points of damage for the first one.
I said let my brother go!
And then the additional radiant damage seems to sink in almost kind of next. He seems to be aiming for where you just shot him, Wolfgang. Radiant damage is an additional 8, so that is 19 points of damage. And before the beast can react, he throws a second one. This one, however, is not going to hit. Oh, wait, hold on. No, the plus 3 gets it there.
Yeah! There!
11, 12 points of piercing damage. This time only a single radiant damage, though, but that's still a hefty amount of damage. And feeling this pain, but being intelligent enough to know that it's coming from you, Denier, it once again is going to try to hit you with its tail attack. Your shield lasts until your next round, right? So your AC is just raised? Okay. Yeah, he's just frustrated with you in general. Plus... That'd be a 22 to hit.
That misses.
All right. Well, there goes that legendary action, and it is now your turn.
What?
All right, I'm going to move. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to get an attack of opportunity on me.
He will. He's going to attempt to bite you.
Feline agility.
That is a 29 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right. As you leave, you get one more searing bite as you're trying to rip your leg from this creature's mouth. You take 10 plus 8, 13 piercing damage, and a torrent of fiery hot breath follows with an additional 7 fire damage. But you are able to wrest your leg from this creature's mouth.
Denier begins falling. He falls past Platinum Peak. He is now falling just over top of Dragon's Rest. And strangely enough, looking at this creature, he begins to draw on the power of the Feywild and the dreams. Denier begins dancing.
What?
And as he begins dancing, strangely enough, it doesn't look like it has an effect until the creature's claw starts tapping. Then the creature starts dancing. I cast Power Word Dance.
What?
Power Word Dance on the dragon.
Correct.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no!
What?
For right now, there is no save.
Choose one creature you can see within range. The target begins a comic dance in place, shuffling, tapping its feet, and capering for the duration. The creature that can be creatures that can't be charmed or are immune to this spell. Let me double check something. Okay. Immune to this spell, a dancing creature must use all of its movement to dance without leaving its space and has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and attack rolls. While the target is affected by the spell, other creatures have advantage on attack rolls against it. As an action, a dancing creature makes a wisdom saving throw to gain control of itself. On successful save, the spell ends.
That means it has to use an action on its turn to attempt to save. And this bitch is heightened.
Fair enough. With that, it begins to hurtle closer to the earth as it has no way of spanning its wings while doing this ridiculous-looking dance. Its face looks a little bit horrified.
Basically,
We all look confused, right?
Literally, everything around it is confused as Daenerys appears to be essentially having like the twist-off dance scene from Pulp Fiction with this dragon in midair. It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished him well.
I need you to know I'm shaking my head in approval right now. It's a very specific thing that's happening.
Yeah, it is in fact not immune to charm, so this is happening.
I love it.
That's everything that I can do for now.
It's very effective.
Smart play.
Let's see, wisdom saving throw.
It has to use an action to be able to do it, to be able to attempt to make the save. I don't know how you're going to rule that with legendary actions, given that creatures tend to have very specific things that they can do with legendary actions.
It is typically a menu of things with legendary actions, but this is such a strange spell.
That's right, Frankie.
I'm going to say he can't use his legendary action right now. I will roll to see if he can after everybody else's turn now.
Okay.
Also, if it's got legendary resistance, could probably...
That's the one reason I'm thinking maybe it could use legendary action and burn one of its legendary resistances for this, but since it's not something it has to immediately make a save for is why I'm hesitant on that, so...
And here's the best part. Until it attempts to make that save, any movement that it gets, it immediately burns. So it will burn its movement on its turn before it even gets the chance to try to save.
Well,
Same for its legendary actions. If it has anything that lets it make a movement and then attack, that shit gets burned immediately too.
Well, as the next round kicks up, first things first, you feel kind of a shudder cascade around you in the air.
Oh. Weird.
As you fall a bit closer to the earth. Oh, wait. Goddamn it. I moved the beacon, too. I shouldn't have moved the beacon. The beacon should not be moving. Stop.
Beacon!
The beacon has been moved.
Beacon! Beacon!
Sorry, I'm going to move you back that way for a second, Nara. There we go.
Yep. That's fine. Oh, interesting. I feel like I know what's going to happen.
As you fall closer to the earth. All right. Asmo, you're up again.
Alrighty. Asmo is going to switch. It's a free action to switch the blade, but I only do it once per turn, right?
Bonus action. But yes.
It is bonus, technically?
Bonus action to change the form of Chimera, yes.
Fuck. Shit. Hold on, let me think about this real quick. Changes it. Just want to do more damage. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna. God, I hate this. All right, I'm gonna switch it to Fang.
Reminder, you have advantage on all attacks because it is dancing like an idiot.
Yeah, that's exactly it, which is also why I'm thinking about maybe activating Second Wind right now. But then I can't switch my weapon over. It's a shield still. Fuck! Alright, let me just get confirmation on this.
I'll say this. Tactically speaking, this is a DPS turn. Like, this is a DPS check.
Although the problem is I only have one bonus action, and switching out my blade and activating second wind are a bonus action.
You also have action surge.
I don't have that on my list.
Action surge? You don't...
Oh shit, I completely forgot about this. Guy, it's been this long for combat for me, guys. I don't play the other D&D.
I get you. I'm just offering you some tactical advice.
No, thank you. I appreciate you saying it. Fuck, what does action search do on here?
It gives you an additional attack, basically.
Okay, so I'm gonna activate a couple abilities in one turn then here. Alrighty. I'm activating 2 abilities. Action Surge, which I can okay, Action Surge, which gives me 1 additional regular or bonus action, so I have 2 bonus actions now.
Normally, on your turn, you can take 1 additional action on No, it gives you 1 additional action, not an additional action and bonus action. Just an additional action.
Okay,
Possible
so then...
bonus action.
Okay, so what does a possible bonus action mean? I'm confused at the wording of this.
It means basically, instead of having an action and a bonus action, you have 2 actions and a bonus action instead.
Alright, so I can't... so I still can't do the thing I want to do.
Well, you can still change to the weapon, and now you have 6 attacks with it.
No, I don't have 6 attacks.
Yes,
I only
have. You have 2 additional attacks every time you take an attack action.
I thought you...
Yes. You take the attack action, and because you're a fighter, you have extra attack 2, which means every time you take the attack action, you get 3 attacks. If you use both of your actions to take the attack action, you get a total of 6 attacks.
I'm really confused right now, but I'm not going to fight you guys on it. I'm really struggling to wrap my head around this right now.
I know, that's why we're trying to help.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to switch the shell to the fang. Asmo switches the shell to the fang, and just want to make sure I'm doing this right so I don't screw myself here. Then I activate Action Surge.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have 6 attacks?
Yep, 6 attacks with fang.
So, I would have 5 because one of them's offhand, right?
No, fang is all normal attack. So it's 6 normal attacks. You just don't have your bonus offhand attacks. You have 6 attacks. If you didn't use your bonus action to switch weapons, you would have a 7th.
Okay, so I apologize for the confusion, everybody. It has been nearly 6 months since combat for me.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm just really out of my depth here, and we're fighting a red dragon. This is fun.
You're good.
I should have asked Nick. Nick, run me through some skeleton mobs real quick. Just need to remember what I have. Asmo zooms past everybody. Kind of like Gandalf going after the fucking Balrog as he's falling. And Asmo just screams out, "Wake up, Garrett!" First hit.
Interesting choice of words.
Natural 20.
Yep, that'll natural 20 will in fact hit.
That is
God.
18 damage plus 2. So I wanted to do this right.
Damage. Nice, yes. So as you fly down, you notice that he descended. By the way, you descended 2 rounds worth of descension with that 1 round, which is why the thing enclosed so much. You basically drive Fang. You take Shell and turn it into Fang as you drive it straight down overhead, driving it into trying to drive it into the base of this dragon's skull, and you strike so fucking true.
Oh man, badass. Alrighty. Asmo's not done. He pulls up. This is like a quick time event, by the way. This is where Rules of Nature's playing, essentially.
Yep.
29!
29 will
God
also hit.
Damn.
We love it.
It's an
8
additional
plus 4.
Additional 12 damage.
I said, wake up! 26.
Oh.
26 also hits.
10 plus 2.
12 more. My goodness.
Another 12 damage. Yeah, you are rocking him now. You are cascading further and further downward. Go ahead. You
Asmo's
have
screaming,
3
wake
more.
up.
Wow.
Wait, I thought I had 4. I thought I had. Wait, no, that is. Oh yeah,
that was your third. You have 3 more.
Oh my god, that was my
Wow.
4th already. Yeah. 30.
30 also hits. Man, you are. Yeah, your Asmo's on a goddamn roll. Additional 13 damage.
You say run from fucking My Hero Academia is playing right now.
2 more.
Take my friend! Possess him! 22.
22 still hits.
8 plus 1, 9.
9 more damage. All right. And 1
Get
more.
her alive! You're done! 28.
28 also hits.
11 plus 2, 13. Holy shit. That was the most damage I've ever done.
Nice.
I think that was the most damage I've ever done.
So you basically shadow at the Colossus. You drive down with the Chimera Fang, and with tears streaming out of your eyes, you're just screaming for this fucking monster to let your friend go. As you stab, 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 stab. I am going to let it use its legendary reaction to get rid of his fucking dance, because that was brutal and there's no way it is dancing through that.
Thank you for that, Daenerys.
However, that does burn its last legendary action, so it will not be able to take any more until its next turn. Anyway. Nara! You're up.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see. I needed to be. I'm gonna drink my fire resistance potion. So there's no bonus
Good.
action.
Smart move.
And then I'm gonna go to. I think it's right here. I think that's correct. Great. And then. Where's my little Shito? We're just gonna do a real quick little twin spell haste on Yorick and Asmo.
Alrighty, Yorick and Asmo, you now have +2 to your AC. The falling appears to is now slower to you, and let's see.
Advantage on dex saving throws, and you get an additional action on each of your turns.
Alright, so you can do that pretty
can
much
only
every
be used
turn
to
now,
attack.
Asmo.
Or dash or disengage.
I can do what every turn?
You now essentially just have free action search.
Yeah, free action search. You get an extra action every turn while you are hasted.
Alright.
Whisper will now attempt its attacks.
I wish it was retroactive so I could do disengagement, but okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, Whisper appears to be flailing in vain at this creature.
I figured.
Poor
But
Whisper.
a nice little distraction.
Alright, Nidhogg.
Oh yeah, I need to mark that.
I woke him up.
It sure did, Asmo.
I believe these.
Sure did.
Hope I don't die
Just
from
one
this.
thing. I believe the specific wording on haste is that you can only make one attack with the hasted action.
Okay, so it's not like a full attack round?
Yeah, this action can only be used to take the attack, one weapon attack only, disengage, hide, or use object.
Okay. Listen, it's for the AC and the advantage on dex saving throws that I'm really like licking my chops
Yeah.
at.
Just in the interest of fairness.
You ever fight a dragon fall into the ground?
Oh boy.
Not falling to the ground. I actually fought a dragon last week, and I'm going to fight a dragon next week.
Yep, you,
Oh, God.
while you are resistant now... Oh, wait,
Huh?
did Asmo... Yeah, Asmo drank his potion.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so, I do need you all to make me a dex save. Asmo, with advantage, you make the dex save due to, or wait, hold on. Spell ends, +2 to AC. Advantage on dex saves. Yes, Asmo, you get advantage on this dex save.
Oh my god. I hope
But
everyone else
as
is
another
okay.
torrent of fire blazes forth from the Dreadworm, he is massively enraged.
21!
27.
All right.
To me,
That's
fun.
neat, but I have resistance.
You are resistant.
True.
So Asmo and Nara will be taking a quarter of this damage.
Yay!
Denier will be taking half.
Oof.
I'm gonna pop absorb elements to at least try to increase my arcane ward.
16, 20.
Oh, wait. What does absorb elements do?
It basically gives me resistance to an attack for
Jesus
a turn,
Christ.
but my arcane ward, I'm hoping, is going to save me by boosting my HP.
Okay.
Yeah. Absorb elements wouldn't work for you because you're already resistant.
Right.
Technically,
This-
so is Denier, but he's got a...
Would be
Yeah.
96 points
Oh
of
my
fire
God.
damage.
So what's a quarter of that? 96 divided by 4. 24?
96 divided by 2.
That can't be right.
I mean, 96 divided by 2
24.
is
48.
so...
24.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
totally
so
is. I don't know
Denier-
why, but that does
Asmo
make
and
it
Nara
seem
take
like-
24. Denier takes 48.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
is Denier down?
I have to do a calculation. I think he just went down.
Oh, fuck. This was gonna happen.
Not ideal.
Denier has gone down in
No
combat for the
shit.
first time in this campaign.
Oh my god, that's true.
Really?
Yeah, he's never gone down before.
Dude, I'm almost dead. Fuck.
And with
You're
that,
almost dead?
the radiant javelins adorned by Yorick also fade back to his normal javelins.
Oh fuck.
The sky grows darker around you as well, as the keeper of this, as the wielder of this dream is no longer there to make it keep its shape.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the fuck. God damn it.
Wolfgang, you're
help.
up.
Hurry. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to move simply 5 feet over this way, just so Denier can get in range. I'm going to spend 5 uses of my healing light
Whoa.
as a bonus action to heal Denier for 5d6.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Yeah.
Denier, you regain 19 hit points.
Oh,
And are no longer unconscious. However, your effect on... Due to going down, the effect on Yorick, you were obviously no longer able to hold unless you do it again. Yeah. But you don't have to make any death saves, which is nice.
very nice.
That was my bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna scooch back just a little bit with some of my movement. And what do I want to do here? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to just simply Eldritch Blast him again. I'll raise Requiem and fire 3 bolts at him.
Go for it.
Alrighty. Provided nobody else goes down, I'll have something bigger next turn. Dice? Hello?
Yes. Hi, sorry.
Waiting for his dice to react.
My brain
Oh,
was
man.
also in a very different place, so I was like, oh my god, what?
Huh? What?
Oh,
You know what?
ah.
No!
I'm going to just click on my sheet for the time being. It doesn't want to play a ball. So... Is that it? There it goes. That is a 20 to hit on the first one.
That, in fact, will hit.
All right. He's going to be taking Eldritch Blast. 5 plus 5 force damage.
10 force
As well as
damage.
13 points of radiant damage.
13 radiant damage. Let's see. 23? Hot damn. You fire, and boom, you shoot a hole through one of its wings. It shrieks in agony as all of these attacks are clearly weighing on it.
Second bolt. 22.
22 will hit.
He'll be taking 11 points of force damage.
Plus, is it still plus the additional radiant?
It's one per turn
one per
for
turn.
my radiant soul.
Okay, so it's another 11.
God, that'd be broken.
It really would, but that's crazy, though.
Last bolt is a 24.
24 is also a hit. Go figure.
Final damage for the turn is going to be another 10 force damage.
Nice.
It looks as though it is roiling in agony, and its fury. You see this red aura beginning to build around it, the world once again shaking around you. Taking a cue, Yorick looks at him, dead in the eye as they're falling.
Let my brother's soul go, you bastard!
That is 26 to hit. That hits.
Nice.
It's 8 plus. And as that spear collides into the dragon's eye, its wings go shot for a second. And it begins to fall into a dead fall towards the land beneath you.
Oh.
As you all fall and fall and fall, the dragon hits the ground first until you all end up... as you fall, you begin to descend slower and slower. You see the dragon poof, create a cloud of dust. Oops, sorry. Yeah, you see a... God, why'd that end so abruptly? Yeah, whatever. That portion of the battle was done anyway. You see a cloud of dust erupt in the distance as you fall and fall, seemingly sucked towards that blue beacon. You find yourselves all standing atop a ruined hill in scorched land with a stone in front of you ebbing with this blue energy.
This looks familiar.
Is this where we should be?
Daenerys, are you okay?
I'll survive. This is where his soul is. This is the barrier.
I would heal up now before we do anything. Any potions? Anyone needs to take any preparations? You were a little too hasty before, so let's do it now. Whatever you need to do.
I'm going to use my healing hands on Daenerys, and I will heal you for 13 points of damage.
Anybody have any potions they want to drink?
I don't remember how many I have,
I feel like I
unfortunately.
had
I gave all my
several.
potions to Nora and Asmo a long time ago.
Yeah.
We went through several of them. I'm trying to remember how many I got from that.
They'd be in your inventory.
They would be, except I wrote it as a note and didn't.
Yeah, I did that too.
I can't help you there.
I know, I understand.
I can give you a couple of my potions. I have some.
Sure, let's do that.
Thanks.
I'll give you two of my 3.
I'm just gonna let Asmo have them because Nara's pretty okay still.
Okay, yeah. I think it's 2d4 plus 4, I think, for these potions. They're just standard health potions.
Okay, yeah.
Once again, you feel the world as it trembles around you.
What do we do next?
Yorick walks up to it and puts his hand on it. How do we get him out?
Denier turns. The last time it was you making a spectacle since you are his hero. And Denier will attempt to reach out and use his magic to make York appear more, heroic and powerful while he's preparing to attempt to call for the skull.
All right,
The skull?
Yeah, he's going to need to try to suck the...
Oh, right.
Siphon the evil out.
As
you attempt this, you hear a boom, scrape, boom, scrape.
Oh, fuck, not again!
Boom,
Do we have the Hero's Feast?
scrape,
No.
Cool.
boom.
Nara's gonna
Scrape.
put... wait.
Boom!
Only magic stuff works here, right, Nick?
Get out of my mind!
Welcome to Phase 2. Next time on Roll With Me.